a strange Stone Age burial in central Portugal. Is he human? Is he Neanderthal? Or is he both? The answer will lead to a journey to the lost world of cavemen and end with a stunning conclusion. The Neanderthals may have never died out.
The Neanderthals are us and we are them.
The Last Neanderthals, next. "25,000 years ago, a Stone Age family carefully buries their child. But this is no ordinary family, and the deceased is no ordinary child. Now, this burial may solve one of the most baffling questions of evolution. What happened to the Neanderthals? Why did this group that broke away from the human race go extinct? The answer begins here in central Portugal, when the first traces of the ancient burial are found. Archaeologist Sedalia Duarte is one of the first on the scene.
The first thing we saw was the two bones from the left arm. He found the bones and he asked me what they were, because he didn't realize that they were human.
Sedalia believes these are human bones, not Neanderthal, and she tries to locate the rest of the skeleton. As they begin to dig, they uncover the remarkably complete skeleton of a 4-year-old child.
The skeleton was slightly leaning to its left, with the feet, the right foot on top of the left foot, and the hands on the hips, placed on the hips.
They find this tiny shell. It is a touching sign, for it belonged to a necklace carefully placed at burial. Whoever buried this child showed care and suffered loss.
And this child was buried with a lot of love, care, a lot of care. Very well placed and well taken care of, so he was loved.
Ritual burials are often considered to be practiced by humans or Homo sapiens, not the side branch Neanderthals. More evidence that this is a human child comes from the radiocarbon date. The child died 25,000 years ago, a period after the Neanderthals went extinct. But an unimaginable surprise is here in the lab. At the Portuguese Institute of Archaeology, Sedalia reconstructs the skeleton. She places each of the 290 bones and fragments in their precise position. At first, the skeleton looks human, with the same basic body structure we still have today. But a mystery begins to emerge as Sedalia sees things that just don't look human.
We started noticing something strange about the proportion of the bones of the lower limb. That is, the tibia or the shin bone is proportionately much shorter than the femur or the thigh bone.
If this were a human child, these two bones should be roughly the same, but they're not.
In the upper limb, the same occurred. The lower arm bones are proportionately shorter than the upper arm bones.
The jawbone, or mandible, doesn't look human either.
In the mandible, even though it has a definitely modern human chin, the angle defined by the chin line and the gum line is not of modern humans, definitely. Strange.
Though many features appear human, the arms, legs, and parts of the jaw appear to be Neanderthal. It is a combination of features never seen before. Sedalia and her colleagues reach an astonishing and controversial conclusion. The 4-year-old child is not human, and he's not a Neanderthal. He's both. He's a strange hybrid mixture from a time long after Neanderthals went extinct.
We know that Neanderthals disappeared at 28,000 years ago. About 28,000, they're gone, okay? We know that this kid has Neanderthal traits, but that he dates to 25,000. That is about 3,000 years after Neanderthals are gone. How do we explain them?
João Zilhão has an explanation that will be a shocking surprise. And this strange-looking skeleton, thousands of years out of time, may answer the mystery of why the Neanderthals disappeared. The Neanderthals got their start hundreds of thousands of years ago, when their ancestors leave Africa and break away from the human race. They settle in Europe and Asia. During the Ice Ages, Neanderthals evolved features especially suited for the cold, while early humans in Africa maintain a tall, thin body type. The Neanderthals developed stockier bodies with shorter arms and legs to reduce surface area and preserve heat. The Neanderthals also develop an unforgettable face, prominent brow ridge, sloping forehead, and a receding chin line. Early scientists thought they looked ape-like, and as a result, the Neanderthals got tagged with a reputation for being dim-witted cavemen. 35,000 years ago, another group leaves Africa and enters Europe. This time, they're humans. As modern humans spread across Europe, the Neanderthals disappear. The last Neanderthals survive on the Iberian Peninsula, the outer fringe of the continent, until they finally disappear 28,000 years ago. What happened to the Neanderthals has been one of anthropology's greatest mysteries. Were they hunted down and exterminated by modern humans? Or did something strange and unexpected happen here? Something so strange, it would produce the hybrid child.
You guys watching football?
That was a
It's tough.
huge play.
The answer to what happened to the Neanderthals may be here in Portugal, near the burial site of the hybrid child. It is here in these hills where the last Neanderthals disappeared forever, some 28,000 years ago. João Zilhão, the leader of the hybrid excavation team, believes that these hills contain a network of narrow caves that may have been the Neanderthals' last home. Today, there's only one way into the cave system, an entrance dug in Roman times and used by the Romans as a tomb. João Zilhão enters the cave system through the Roman entrance, what he calls the back door. He believes the Neanderthals used a different entrance, a front door, buried far below under 20,000 years of rock slides.
I had this crazy idea that there might have been other entrances to the system, therefore other caves that once were open to the outside. But we were not seeing them anymore because they had collapsed in time and invisible from the outside. And the crazy idea was simply that if you can't find your way in using the front door, maybe you can find your way in through the back door.
Going through the back door, he spends hours squeezing through narrow passages. He's searching for the home of the last Neanderthals and searching for an answer to why they disappeared. He finds a huge underground gallery and evidence of an extinct resident. These are giant claw marks. And this is a nesting site. The resident was not a Neanderthal, but a cave bear, a fearsome creature that stalked the Ice Age world. João continues his search, exploring every tiny chamber for traces of the last Neanderthal. About to give up, he hits pay dirt.
This was about 1 a.m. and we were getting tired and ready to go back. And we looked in, and he picked up something and showed it to me, and I said, "Oh, that's a flint flake." And we both started picking stuff up: flint flakes, quartz flakes, bones, some burned bones. There was a horse tooth.
It's evidence of habitation, and it dates to 28,000 years ago, the same time the Neanderthals went extinct. They have found the home of the last Neanderthals. They open up the original Neanderthal entrance, buried 10 feet below the surface. Now they can get down to the real work. They carefully excavate the home of the last Neanderthals. They find clues to the way the Neanderthals lived, like this remnant of a stone tool. As they sift through the debris, they find more clues and more tools. Back in the lab, they analyze the tools. To the people of the Stone Age, these tools weren't just rocks, but technology. And these tools revealed that in their final days, the Neanderthals actually had some of the most advanced technology of their time.
It's totally working. The no-go, eh?
To see the sophistication of the Neanderthals, one must understand how they made their tools.
Should do it.
Archaeologist Bruce Bradley has spent years trying to reproduce Neanderthal technology. To do so, he has to become a Neanderthal.
I'm conceptually a Neanderthal. This is not only giving me insight in terms of science, but I think it's a place where I connect the closest. I'm doing a process, and that probably gets me as close to being in their head as anybody can ever get.
Making tools is not just banging rocks. It's a complicated process. It begins by finding the right type of rock. Then they had to find another tool to strike the rock, called a hammerstone.
This tool is absolutely critical in the control of the flaking process. It has the right texture, the right hardness, the right density. So we've got a tool to make a tool. Now we're starting to get into technology and culture.
Using a hammerstone, the Neanderthals flaked off tiny pieces to create the outline of the tool. Finally, the Neanderthals created a carefully prepared spot called a striking platform.
All right, it's right there.
A single stroke to the striking platform snapped off a blade, as sharp and as deadly as any modern cutting tool.
Flint of this kind of material probably has an edge of about 5 microns in thickness when it's real sharp and fine. Surgical steel has an edge at the best is about 20 to 25 microns in thickness. So this is 5 to 10 times sharper than the sharpest surgeon's scalpel. That's pretty mind-boggling because we sort of still think of them as sort of ape men that went around and banged rocks together and made things. And you can see cutting a fairly thick piece of leather here, it's very sharp.
The last of the Neanderthals refined the process until they could snap off dozens of blades from a single core. Understanding this advanced technology is forcing archaeologists to give the Neanderthals a new intelligent image. Underneath their bushy brows and sloping forehead lies what may be the secret of Neanderthal innovation: their brain. The Neanderthal brain is 51 ounces. The human brain is less than 47 ounces. The Neanderthals have about a billiard ball's worth of extra brain.
They had brains as large or even larger than our own. This creates havoc among ideas or concepts of human evolution, where Neanderthals were considered a side branch of people incapable of innovation.
Now the two pieces of the puzzle can come together and solve the mystery of what happened to the last Neanderthals 28,000 years ago.
This Thanksgiving, next man play.
There are the intelligent Neanderthals with their sophisticated technology. And there is the strange-looking hybrid child found thousands of years after Neanderthals went extinct. Now imagine what happened as the Homo sapiens enter Europe. As they move westward, the Neanderthals disappear in their wake. In Portugal, the final encounter takes place. Homo sapiens encounter a people who are smart, sophisticated, technologically advanced, a formidable foe, but also a desirable mate.
When modern humans arrive in Portugal, what do Neanderthals do? Swim? They have their backs against the sea, they can't go anywhere, so only one or the other two options is left. They either fight, resist, or they interact.
The answer to what happened during the encounter can be found in the child buried 25,000 years ago. For this was a half-human, half-Neanderthal hybrid. And it is evidence that the Neanderthals chose not to fight, but to mate.
Interactions, friendly interactions through interbreeding makes a lot of sense, both from the point of view of the local populations and from the point of view of the incoming populations. Interbreeding would have been the sensible thing to do.
If this skeleton is truly a hybrid child, then the implications are earth-shattering. The Neanderthals didn't disappear, they interbred. And with each generation, they were slowly absorbed into the human race. Joao's team is searching for more proof of this remarkable theory. They're excavating the site where the hybrid was found, hoping to find another relative. The hybrid child could not have been alone. Coming 3,000 years after Neanderthals went extinct, it must have been the descendant of generations of interbreeding. But finding another skeleton that old is extremely unlikely, and so far they've come up empty-handed. Even so, Joao believes that the hybrids flourish for thousands of years. he believes that the hybrids may have taken a giant leap forward in human culture. For only recently discovered are these remains of thousands of rock paintings. At 25,000 years old, they're one of the oldest works of art ever found. And they lie just a short distance from the burial site of the hybrid child.
So we know for sure that at about the time the child of Lapid was being buried, people were living in that part of the country and they were decorating that valley with that beautiful art in that beautiful setting.
Today, only the outlines are left. But traces of pigment show that these were once rich and bold paintings. João believes that the origin of art may have been the result of contact between Neanderthals and modern humans. Far from dumbing down the species, interbreeding may have actually made us what we are today. And if João's theory is correct, Neanderthals never really disappeared. Their genes are still here, buried somewhere deep in much of the gene pool of the modern human race. Many of us may be part Neanderthal, and who knows, these may be some of our best characteristics.
The child skeleton gives us a clue. Neanderthals did not just go extinct without descent. They were not wiped out by modern humans, but they were absorbed, assimilated, integrated, and in a way became part of modern human Europe after 28,000. The Neanderthals are us and we are them.